You know, I gotta tell you, we're only 2 months into 2026, and the UFC has already made some of the most questionable decisions I've seen in years. Random fighters getting cut, rankings being ignored, and matchups that feel like they were thrown together just to shock people. And I think we all know why. We're officially in the UFC's Paramount era. No more traditional pay-per-view model driving the bus, different incentives, different priorities, and from the outside looking in, that new priority feels like chaos. UFC doesn't seem to care about rankings the way they used to. It feels like they're leaning into volatility, one-sided matchups, stylistic clashes that are meant to create highlight reels rather than competitive fights. And honestly, it's starting to show. You've got a fighter like Taito Ivasa, 6-fight losing streak, still getting opportunities because he's fun. Meanwhile, a guy like Jailton Almeida, who had a knockout and a submission not long ago, finds himself on the chopping block after a 2-fight skid. The message seems clear. If you're entertaining, you stay. If you're not, you're expendable. And that brings me to Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez, because in my opinion, this is the definition of a mismatch. I don't understand how anyone can see it differently, honestly speaking. Ever since losing the belt to DDP, things haven't exactly been smooth for Sean Strickland. After losing the title, there was a period where he avoided a fight with Robert Whittaker.
That's my thoughts of Whittaker. It's just like, it's not a fight I'm excited about. Like, it's like the girl at the party, everybody's fucked, and you're just like, you know, like maybe if 3 a.m. hits and like there's nobody left, I might try it.
Yeah, you're saying Whittaker's body count is too high.
Yeah, Whittaker's body count's too high. I want to fight somebody that makes me excited.
Okay.
Fluffy's the fight that like I'm excited, like, oh fuck yeah, give me something new, give me something different. You're gonna try to dry hump my leg, you know.
Then came the highly underwhelming performance against Paulo Costa, and that fight fell flat compared to the version of Strickland that dethroned Adesanya. Then the rematch with DDP, he got absolutely dominated. On top of that, the suspension after storming into the octagon following his teammates' loss. The controversies, the social media antics, the meme announcing the Hernandez fight versus Strickland. Strickland dressed as an ICE agent, Hernandez in a sombrero. It was out of line, but absolutely on brand. And yes, here's the real issue. Strickland has been distracted. Anthony Hernandez has been evolving. Hernandez has been terrorizing the middleweight division, and I'm not exaggerating. The image of him dragging Roman Dolidze across the octagon by his head is still ingrained in my memory. He dominated Roman Kopylov, he overwhelmed Michel Pereira, broke Brandon Allen. Even though Allen survived, Hernandez has been locked in, focused, ruthless, while Strickland has been managing controversy. Hernandez has been perfecting suffocation. This is where it gets interesting, because stylistically the fight isn't even subtle. It's pace versus control, chaos versus structure, grappling pressure versus range boxing. Now let's start with Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez is a suffocator. He's relentless with the grappling and the pressure. His cardio is a weapon, elite gas tank, brutal pace for 3 rounds and beyond. He breaks his opponents mentally, chain wrestling. He doesn't rely on perfect takedowns. He shoots, reshoots, trips, body locks. He never stops. Transitioning, top control, scramble, total chaos, heavy hips, constant positional adjustment, back takes during transitions, submission threats, guillotines, rear naked chokes. And the funny thing is, when it comes to his striking, it's functional, not flashy. He does keep a close distance. Hernandez is pretty much a grinder who drowns you. If you can't stop the takedowns or match his pace, you're in survival mode throughout the fight, and that's what we've seen with all his opponents. When it comes to Strickland, of course, he has the striking ability, the jab, constant stiffs, constant control, Philly shell, modified guard, roll shot, subtle shoulder defense. He's calm under fire. He has that forward pressure once in a while. He does enact that. He cuts the distance. Now, one thing I feel like a lot of people don't say about Strickland is that he's actually very disciplined with his fight IQ and his striking. He rarely overcommits. He wins round through consistency. Overall, Strickland is a disciplined boxer who slows fights down and wins on composure. And this is why I believe their styles colliding is a recipe for absolute chaos. Hernandez needs to crash distance and initiate grappling. Strickland, on the other hand, needs to keep range and punish entries with the jabs. But here's the problem for Strickland. His jab and teep style is perfect for someone like Hernandez. Strickland doesn't throw a lot of low kicks. He doesn't throw explosive counters. He doesn't punish level changes with devastating power. Hernandez doesn't need one clean entry, okay? He needs 12 attempts, and he will attempt 12. Strickland's defensive grappling is solid, but against elite wrestlers, if he gets stuck underneath, he stays there. And Hernandez is not the type of fighter you want on top of you for 5 minutes. This isn't DDP KO striking, this is slow suffocation, and I honestly believe Hernandez can even hold his own on the feet long enough to make Strickland very, very uncomfortable. Here is something people overlook. Momentum is real in MMA. Now, in Strickland's last stretch, he lost the belt, had an underwhelming win, got dominated in the rematch, got suspended, distractions. Hernandez has been dominant, he's been having finishes, clear evolution in his game confidence. One fighter feels stabilizing after a fail, the other fighter is accelerating towards the top. Now, why I think this is a mismatch when I combine their styles, their momentum, the focus, the trajectory, I don't see how Strickland pulls this off. Honestly, yes, he has cardio, yes, he has durability, yes, he has elite boxing fundamentals, but Hernandez doesn't care about winning a pretty decision. He cares about drowning you. I genuinely believe Hernandez will impose a grapple-heavy game plan, suffocate Strickland, and completely break him in ways we haven't seen before. And I'm going to say something bold. I think Hernandez beats Strickland worse than DDP did in the second fight. I think he overwhelms him. I think he drags him into deep waters. I think there's a real chance he finishes Strickland. We've not seen that in a while. It's gonna happen in a brutal manner because once Hernandez smells fatigue, he accelerates. Now, I really feel like the whole ICE versus illegal immigrant meme that Strickland posted is going to add extra fuel to Anthony Hernandez, because normally he doesn't really have beef with a lot of fighters, but this has an extra layer to his determination to have a master class performance, and I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, like I said, this fight perfectly represents the UFC's current matchmaking philosophy. It's chaotic, it's dramatic, it's designed for reaction, but competitive, I'm not convinced. I see a rising relentless grappler in his prime, and I see a former champion who might be heading into a stylistic nightmare. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe Strickland's jab keeps him safe all night, but if Hernandez gets one extended grappling exchange early, man, it could be a very long and very painful night for Sean Strickland. But let me know what you think in the comments. Am I crazy for calling this a mismatch, or are we about to witness the official arrival of Fluffy as the legitimate title threat? Because if he does what I think he's going to do, the middleweight division just got very dangerous.